Hello everybody and welcome back to another Broodwar ladder battle. We got Bishop over here in the top right hand corner. YSC down in the bottom right. Seems that Bishop is back to playing Terran, at least on the ladder, not going for random anymore. If you guys missed it, in SCSL he played a random and went reasonably deep. You know, he didn't make it to the finals, even the semifinals. I can't remember exactly which round he got knocked out in, but he made it through a couple of rounds, so it was interesting. And it gave me some hope for maybe some random players just giving it a swing, trying it out, seeing if they can go deep. I really do feel like it gives you a pretty big advantage in a lot of different matchups. The problem is you have to have so much knowledge. You have to be so damn good to play random at a high level. Like, I really hope that if Flash comes back, he actually gives random another chance. Although I think the chances of that are low, considering how badly Terran has done in this season. And I think they're looking for a leader, somebody who can kind of bring back the old glory of Terran. We'll see how that goes. For now, though, just going to be checking in on Bishop versus YSC. They played a pretty long series. I won't tell you guys how many games or how they've gone, because I don't really know. I know how many games, but I don't know how these are going to go. They could be pretty short. They could be long. And that's just how we roll on this channel. I don't want to be spoiled as much as you don't want to be spoiled. And so I've had people recently telling me, you know, oh, don't show a video about a player and then they're gonna lose. It's like, okay, well, I don't actually check these beforehand. That's no fun. Also, it's a little bit predictable. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my, he's actually completely trapped. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god, that was such a good surround by Bishop. I guess that the Zealot literally could not move. That is super sick. Now, the probe did get in and kill one of those Marines, but this forward gateway is really not going to do too much with the momentum lost now. As soon as 4 Marines are out, and then a 5th one, you're going to have the Vulture. This pressure is pretty much done. 2 Zealots here. Probably he'll just have to send these home. Like, I mean, I could see him try to bum rush the ramp here with 2 Zealots, but okay, maybe if Bishop comes down and engages poorly. Let's see. Really nice getting through that little gap there between the supply depot and the barracks. It can definitely mess up. That was some amazing blocking. Holy Bishop. His blocking absolutely next level. He does lose 1 Marine, but I think those are absolutely acceptable losses. Dragoon is on the way here. But of course, Nexus is behind where the command center is at. Vulture here gets caught. Trying to come straight across the map. Shaving off the shields. I don't know how worth that is. Time to run. Bishop going to bail out of that location. Only has the 3 Marines here, but will be able to forego the bunker because of those early losses from YSC. Oh my gosh. Is he not going to get a Nexus? Second gateway going into DT. Oh man. YSC is crazy. He knows that he's in a bad spot. Catching up from here would be tough. And so he's just going to go straight into DTs, man. I don't know if this ends up working. Honestly, I think it could get shut down pretty brutally. Could also lead to a very quick win. You're not going to be getting your eBay this fast. Like, this is a crazy... Or your Academy. He's going to be setting up for a worker transfer here. Getting mines out, though, is going to be a huge factor. If he puts mines all in front of his base, very good chance he holds this, but look at that. He's making tanks in siege mode. He's worried about something else coming. Dragoons and Zealots pressuring his front door rather than the DTs that are about to pop out here. He's actually going for a push. Oh my goodness, he's going to get absolutely wrecked. This is so bad for BishOp. Here comes the DT right now. It's just going to walk right past, and then the second DT will defeat everything. So where are we at with... Oh gosh, he didn't even see the blur. He didn't see the blur. Oh man. He hasn't set up any mines. He's set up no mines, and the DT's already in. He's pushing, but this game is over. YSC, Invisible Man for the win. GG. We'll jump into game number 2. All right, game number 2 here. BishOp spawning in the bottom left. Blindsided by that last DT play by YSC. That was a pretty sick follow-up, honestly. YSC was not looking to be in a good position. And he found his way to a victory. The raid leader. Honestly, that's what I think of whenever I see YSC. I think of like a WoW guild leader or something like that. This guy definitely has the look. Playing the wrong Blizzard game, honestly. I could imagine he played WoW as well. I'm not a big WoW head. I never played the game, if you can believe it. I've had a ton of friends who are super, super into it. Basically at all points in my life, I've had people who are into it, and I completely resisted. Yeah, well, wasn't that cool? Wasn't that cool to me compared to Starcraft? I thought that it was kind of lame, to be honest. And I don't know if that's a popular opinion or if people are going to get mad at me for that, but I never found the appeal of WoW, or I never saw the appeal in WoW. I think I might have made a character like one time, but I swear I never got past like level 3, something like that. I really didn't play. Too boring. Too slow. And in fact, I don't think I've ever played a real MMO. What is an MMO that I've actually played? I never played RuneScape. I never played any of these MMOs, these big MMOs. Too busy with StarCraft, too busy with other things. I was a big Halo 2 player. And I was huge into Gears of War when I was a kid. I loved Gears of War so much. That was my game. Nobody I knew could beat me at that game. I was freaking insane with the shotgun. So much fun. So much fun was had. So many crazy Xbox Live lobby moments. Those are the things that you really remember. All right, we're getting into this game now. I'm way off topic. Pretty fast Nexus. Nexus after Dragoon. Plopping that down early. Taking a different approach here in game number 2. And we've got BishOp. Immediately into add-on. No vulture, straight into add-on. That's pretty crazy. But it's actually going to pay off. As it's gone directly into Dragoon, which means you know, he's going to get away with it. He's not going to be under pressure here by a bunch of Zealots. And he's going to be able to get that tank out early. Possibly skip the bunker. You don't even need a bunker here if you've got the tank with a bunch of Marines. Could just get a push going right away. Is he going into mines? Yeah. I think we might see a fake double. An FD push. It's going to be coming up from BishOp. No second gateway. In fact, he's not even making non-stop Dragoon production. He's only got the 2 Dragoons here so far and going right into a robotics facility. At least he's not skipping range. We'll say that. Bare minimum, he's not skipping range, which would probably be a death sentence. Like, you're just going to die if you're skipping range here. Now he can throw it on a shield battery and maybe survive. He might have to pull probes. We'll see. This is going to be rough. Vultures are rallying. Mines upgrade is done. CC on the way. This build is lining up nicely for BishOp. Let's see how it goes here with the attack. Does he build a bunker? Is he just going to focus down the shield battery? Okay, I guess just get rid of the shield battery if the Protoss player allows it. Yeah, okay, just kill the shield battery. That's fine, I guess. I would have expected YSC to engage and try to force some damage with that. But in fact, he's just kiting back and bringing in the probes when necessary, trying to block the tank so it can't run away. He's done a pretty good job here of holding despite the early loss of the shield battery. Gunning down the mines and just holding on for dear life. 2 gateways are now done, and so he will overwhelm this. There's no two ways about it. Eventually, he will overwhelm this. Oh, the mine! Good split. Hey, not bad. Really not bad from YSC. That could have been much worse. That could have been far, far worse. Had that mine connected in the middle of all those Dragoons, we might have even seen BishOp turn around and start to attack. Oh, gosh. Gonna try to clear this. Okay. All right. Not bad, not bad. Pretty risky. All of these Dragoons are within 1 mine's detonation away from dying. You just drag 1 mine improperly and immediately lose, you know, 3 Dragoons. At least these 3 anyway. But he manages to avoid disaster. BishOp was able to get the mines down there at the front as expected. Tank manages to make it home as well. So this is okay. This is fine. I thought this would do more damage, but YSC held it. And this game will continue on. Second factory is done. eBay on the way. We're going to get eBay armory. We don't have that armory just yet. There it is in the natural. And so, yeah, he's just going to start that +1. Now, I'm curious if BishOp is also drinking the Kool-Aid, sticking with the meta that's been so popular lately. Basically, every TVP we've seen lately on the ladder has been this build where you go for a 1-1 timing, get into like 6-7 factories, and just have a lot of units. Maybe you take a CC behind it as you're attacking, but in general, these Terran players are sticking with that program, getting very aggressive and fighting with the Protoss early, and foregoing those later game upgrades that were so popular in the past. People would just constantly, always try to hit the timing where the moment +1 finishes, +2 begins, and then you're hitting a timing with +2. That's no longer the case. It's kind of an interesting world we're in right now with TVP. That has been such a massive shift, a major shift, and we've seen different Protoss strategies become effective against that. I think Carrier seems to be pretty good against that, honestly. Oh, this Observer is going to get in here and spot all of the factories. Yeah, there's 1 turret under there. But the Observer is aware. 4 factories on the way right now. That could just be for a 3rd base. Yeah, look at that. Stargate on the way. Stargate coming up. Is this going to be for... Yeah, okay. It's going to be for Arbiter. So, YSC is going to try Arbiter. We're still not aware yet if BishOp is going to go for +2. It seems like he's not. I just would assume that he's not. Going like up mech. But I think this is a pretty reasonable idea from YSC. We'll see how it works. Going for Arbiter, it just gives you a bit of a power spike right as that push is coming out. It has less of a gap in power than going something like Carrier. Carrier, you can just get bowled over immediately. If the push comes out, it's well-timed. You don't have Carriers in time, you can just die. But here, he's going to have a lot of Gateway army, and then he's going to have an Arbiter with possibly a spell ready right as the push is coming. And so that's going to be a pretty strong play from him. Yeah, you can see more factories added. 4, 5, 6. Could even go for a 7th. We'll see if he throws down a CC behind this. If he doesn't go for a 7th, this is going to be a big old attack. Exactly as expected. Exactly in the meta. Arbiter Tribunal is finishing up now. And the first Arbiter will be popping out. No fourth base just yet. YSC, I think he would be well served to just wait on that fourth base and not quite take it just yet. Make sure that he has enough to stop this attack. If he shuts down the first attack, the second attack will be much, much less powerful. And we'll probably have to see Bishop kind of sit back, try to take a third behind it. He's coming out now. There are no splash units available to YSC. No Reavers. No Storms. At least not for the time being. You can transition Arbiter into a lot of Storm a little bit later. You've already got the High Templar, the Templar Archives. Not High Templar, but the Archives is available. First Arbiter is on the way. It's not quite out right now. Stasis Field is being researched. Can he get a wrap around here, start to catch some of these tanks on the backside? Looks like he will. One tank for sure going to go down. Ooh, Mine's actually connecting on a lot of that stuff. Here comes the big round of Zealots here. This is perfect from YSC. Yeah, just delaying that fourth base in favor of a lot of units to just shut down this attack. It's going very, very well. He's clearing out nearly every tank, and I think he will, in fact, get every tank. He's lost all his Dragoons, which is a little bit rough. And there's going to be a lot of Vultures here, so he's remaking 8 Dragoons at a time, because those Vultures will run rough over all of these Zealots here. They're just going to absolutely shred them in the rally point. And yeah, just waiting for these Dragoons. Where are the Dragoons? Okay, there they are, finally popping out. Is there an Observer here? No. No Observer means that he's actually going to lose quite a lot. Tons of pylons over on this side. There's only one tank here. One tank. So as soon as the Dragoons are out here on the map, you're not really going to make any progress. You should just come forward, kill this tank, and be done with it. Oh my gosh, running this many Dragoons forward is definitely not the call. One Dragoon run in to clear the mines would have been all right, but gets rid of the tank. Here comes another round of Zealots here to clear out this next tank. And so he will run forward. This should be a pretty easy cleanup for YSC. Let's see how the mines connect here with the follow-up. Not really that good. Gotta kill that one tank. YSC, kill the tank. It's got 3 HP, brother. Okay, there it is. It does go down. And he manages to save all of the probes over at that third. Still no fourth base here. Oh, I just got the tail of that. Triple Dragoon kill there. Pretty rough. And I don't see a CC. Yeah, he's just rallying. He's rallying and hoping to win. I think this might be a YSC victory. With all the Zealots that are about to pop out. Plus, he's got this Arbiter. He's going to have a stasis. I mean, he can get, like, all the tanks in one stasis, potentially, here in a moment. Scans are coming down, but you can't keep scanning forever. See if he ends up running out of scans here in a moment. Doing some damage to this. Oh my gosh, he's going to lose the Arbiter. No, Arbiter does live. Can use a stasis here in a moment if he so chooses. Doesn't look like it's necessary, though. The tanks will die. YSC will live. He survived. That was a crazy attack. And there's the third base. Finally behind this, but there's very little here for Bishop. He is ahead in workers, but there are 3 Nexuses now cranking away, replenishing that supply. There should be a fourth base coming up here shortly as well. Could also try to just run over Bishop, who's going to be very low on tanks. Let's see, did he ever get a third add-on? No. That's one of the things I'm confused about when it comes to Terran players who play this style. And maybe somebody who's better at Terran can let me know in the comments. There's just never... so few Terran players are actually getting a third add-on with this play. Like, I feel like just going directly into third add-on would be strong, but I just don't see many players doing it. Oh, he lost the Arbiter without doing a single spell. Are you kidding me? Why? Why would he not use stasis, even on some Vultures? That way the Zealots can be a little bit more effective. Diving in here on the natural. He's got in between the main and natural, and Bishop is on the edge of defeat. He could be rolled over here at any moment. No more arbiters were made. He made one arbiter, and that's it. YSC. What are we doing here, brother? Gotta get some more units out. It's a little bit surprising. Back to probe production once again. Bringing up some units. Gonna be threatening the bust. Might be able to kill this third base. There's actually a dire need of a fourth base now too, because BishOp is going to be running out soon. So he will have to extend out for a fourth. I imagine that will give ample opportunity for YSC to dive him and potentially end this game. But it's still, I mean, it's still pretty okay for BishOp. He doesn't have +2. He has no means of getting +2 right now. There's no drop capability, so things like this cannon are not really worth it. Just build pylon walls everywhere, and he literally can't do anything with Vulture run by. There's not going to be drops at all. It's just masses of units and BishOp trying to take a fourth. Finally, the fourth base is coming online here for YSC, who still has not mined his third gas. But is a bit low on probes overall, just getting up to 52 now. It's kind of on about around 40, 45 for quite a long time. So hasn't had the best mining. He did take some damage with that early game attack, but there's for sure been some blunders with this Arbiter play. YSC probably not as practiced with that in the modern day as maybe he used to be. Back when that was a really popular play. Oh my gosh, this late siege here really gonna hurt BishOp, but he's doing a good job of targeting with the tanks. Dragoons down one at a time. Good spread though from YSC, honestly. You can see he's targeting right in the middle of this, and so he immediately spreads out all of his Dragoons to do his best to not allow massive splash damage from these tanks. He's actually cleared this really, really well. Such a late siege there from BishOp. Hurt his chances immensely in this game. He's only got 3 tanks left, and now it is like we're at critical levels. He needs that fourth base so desperately, and an Arbiter is out here at the front. This is YSC's moment now. He only needed to win that one fight to put BishOp in an almost unwinnable situation. Now BishOp is going to get around here, possibly kill this Nexus. Just the +1 has been done here for YSC for a while, but he's going to finish +2. BishOp will not. He's not going to finish +2 this game, I don't think. Like, he's going to live or die by this fourth base. Whether he gets that up or not, that will decide his fate. And I doubt that he will be able to, although his supply is very close, right? Like, that's the thing about this style of play. Just going for the 1-1. You are super close in supply to the Protoss at most points in the game. You can really keep up with them in terms of numbers, but your army is just not as effective. It's definitely not as effective. Harder to get cost-effective trades with the Protoss army, and now he's going to push over here to the right-hand side, try to take this 4th CC. He's got seconds left before this natural runs out, so he might just float the main CC over, something like that. He needs that 4th. He desperately needs it. He had 150 supply. Recall is on the way now. The army is over here on the right-hand side, but some of it's going to split off. That actually might get caught. Maybe not. Looks like everything will gather together here in the middle. Arbiter coming forward. He's going to be looking for a big stasis. Kind of get a really nice stasis there. 3 tanks in the front line here are going to be stasis. Zealots are really clearing out quickly. Dragoons filtering in. Wait, YSC, what are we doing? This is not a good fight. After that last one, I think he had a little bit too much overconfidence there running in against this Terran army. A lot of it is pretty badly injured. Actually, a lot of these vultures are on high health, and these tanks are going to unstasis here soon. YSC, he could actually lose this game. Are you kidding me? After fighting back so strongly for so long, he's actually going to go around the back, try to catch these tanks that were in stasis. That's not a bad idea. You know, this is a pretty smart play. If he can come around the back here, kill 5 tanks. Unfortunately for him, BishOp just not going to let that happen. BishOp bringing back his vultures and now bringing forward the tanks as well. Oh, he needs some amazing stasis here. He's got 1 stasis ready. Not enough energy for that second stasis, however. Zealots here are going to mostly lose their lives just filtering down the ramp. Oh, boy. Dragons coming from behind. What is this? What am I looking at right now? These... Oh, my gosh. These Dragoons. Oh, no. These Dragoons absolutely getting crushed. The raid leader is getting cooked here. BishOp chasing all of that down with just a ton of vultures. He's finally got his 4th base up. He has no money aside from what he can gather over there at the 3rd base, and it's not much, I'll tell you that. He's barely got income, but he's got enough to pump a few extra vultures and reinforce these lines. 3 tanks going north up to 12 o'clock. YSC has to save that base, and he just does not have the numbers. He does not have the numbers. Does he have a recall or something? Recall on top of this army? Maybe wait for the Dragoon, or wait for the tanks to siege and then recall on top of that? Oh, the probes are dying over there at 12. Oh, it's so rough. Recall? What's he doing? He's just gonna recall, right? Yeah, he is. All right, he saves this base, but he lost every probe. And now he's going to lose every probe at this base. He's at 25 probes, guys. Here comes the army. Stasis, backline stasis. 2 tanks. 2 tanks in the stasis. It's still 1-1 to the 2-0. Just not good enough. YSC not comboing these attacks. And so all of his economy is gone. He's at 18 workers. He's at 18 workers. Oh, no. Oh, no. I mean, yeah, he kills this. But BishOp is more than double the supply. And this army, I mean, has to come over here to kill the 4th. That's the only hope. Really, truly the only hope here. But the army that's coming back right now is definitely superior to what's on the ground here for Protoss. Even if he kills every SCV at 6 o'clock, he's going to have less workers than his opponent. Dragoons tripping all over themselves as the last few fall. GG will have to be called. Certainly, it will have to be called. Probes here. All that YSC has left, and there it is. GG. Kind of a crazy game, honestly. I think we got to see why this style is so popular. What we see out of BishOp is like, you can just keep punching. You can just keep swinging. Even if you lose an army, it's not like when you're going for up mech and you have that one massive +2 army and it's like everything you've built through the whole game, and if it comes out and gets destroyed, the game is over. Like, you can't recover. BishOp showed here that this +1/+1 attack style and just mass factory with really no plans to get into another upgrade, it allows you to just keep swinging. Like, one army goes down, another one's already out. He just has so much macro, he's got so much mass that he can keep on fighting, keep on pushing the issue, and he ends up taking out YSC here in game number 2. I didn't think it was going to happen, but he made it work. Let's jump into game number 3, see if he can do it again. All right, guys, game number 3. If you're enjoying this series and you appreciate all of the StarCraft content I'm putting out, please consider supporting, consider subscribing, and joining on Patreon. Big shout out to everybody who's been watching and who's been supporting, helping me keep this thing going. It's not always easy, but it's definitely rewarding to see you guys sending the messages in the comments and messaging me on Patreon and just really appreciating what I'm doing here. We've got more great things in the pipeline, and we're just waiting on the ASL to finish before kind of moving forward with some of those things. I'm very excited, though. I'm very excited for the future of Broodwar and very happy with the current state of the game. I'm not so happy with Blizzard and how they've been handling Starcraft and the the problems that they're there with the servers and all that stuff have been quite annoying, but I'm definitely enjoying the pro scene and how it's been flourishing lately and giving us lots of exciting things. So stick with me, subscribe to the channel, come check out my live streams, support if you can. Then I'll continue to do what I'm doing right now for as long as I possibly can manage. We've got BishOp over here, getting that first scout. He's going to see the Nexus first. Nobody likes to see that. We'll see how he responds. He's got his factory on the way. It's not a super fast factory, so I don't think he'll be able to, get the Vulture over there before the Dragoon or anything like that. Gonna be following this up with the Forge. So YSC taking the proper precautions. SCVs are being pulled, though, and that cannon has not started yet. In fact, he may have to pull more probes to try and defend this. I don't know if he's going to be able to get the cannon up, honestly. Second Marine there. Bunker on the way. Yeah, you need the cannon a little bit sooner than this. YSC, I think he's flopped a little bit. He's fudged up. And he does not have a probe somewhere where he can get a mineral walk going for these probes. Like, he doesn't have a probe down in bottom center or something like that. He's got one out in the middle, but he needs one within spitting distance of a mineral patch so that he can actually get these probes moving. He can't get on top of these Marines. He's trying desperately to stop this bunker. It's so close. It gets finished. Oh my god, and the Marines will get in? Oh no! Only one Marine gets in. That's crazy. He blocks the rest of the Marines. It's wild. This bunker is going to end up going down, and the cannon finishes. This is actually a hold. I thought that those Marines were getting in the bunker for sure. But without the Marines in there, the cannon now kills everything. Like, you can't get past here. He's going to try to run by with a Vulture. Yeah, you're not going in there. He tried to bait the cannon shots with the Marine so that the Vulture could run by. That's a sneaky trick that I've seen Terran players try to do to me as well. Terran players have definitely tried to do that with me and my Sunken colony in the past, and I'm not ashamed to admit that it has worked. It has worked against me in the past, but it's not going to work here. The Zealots were there in time to body block and prevent that Vulture from doing what it needed to do. The probe makes it in. The probe sees that there is no CC. So adding on an extra gateway right now would be amazing. He's got the Cybernetics Core coming up. That's fine. Another gateway would be awesome, though. We are on even workers. Even workers right now. So a lot of damage was done during that attack by BishOp, and he's going to follow up with a big pressure play. He's just going to go for it with tanks and siege mode. We'll see if that ends up working out for him. I can't believe there's not a second gateway. Stop making probes. Make a second gateway. There's no CC. What are we doing? This is crazy to me. He's going to lose this pylon, which will not quite supply block YSC. He's going to be at 34. Yeah, there it is. Cannon is going down. Vulture can then harass these Zealots nonstop. Not really anything he can do about that until the Dragoon pops out. 2 more gateways on the way. He's going to pull the probes into the main. Okay. Big moment here as the probes have to be pulled to the main. Just does not have the numbers to stop this, and the tanks are getting closer. We might see the tap out from YSC, actually, even though he stopped the bunker rush. Was not able to stop the follow-up. BishOp digging deep and just going for the attack. We'll have a third tank here shortly. And I think that will spell the demise of YSC. No way you're breaking out of here with 3 tanks, 2 bunkers, and this many Marines with Vulture. Plus mines are on the way too. Once mines are laid down here, it's cooked. It's done. The game is over. There's no way you can get out. He's waiting for range, but mines is a faster upgrade. It builds faster, and it's going to be done here long before range is finished. And thus, we're going to have to see a tap out here for YSC. Look at that. Look at that positioning as well. Oof. Oof. Imagine getting on the back line of these tanks, man. That's going to be so tough. Missile turret as well. He doesn't even have a robotics. There is no robotics. This is just going to be one big round of units coming out here. He's going to probably fight with the next round of Dragoons that pops out. Like, there's not really a hope. But if there was a hope, it's probably dragging a mine into this back line, potentially with a Zealot, and then just clearing everything with Dragoons. Like, a supply depot. I thought it was another bunker, but a supply depot is kind of diabolical. Here it comes. Zealots coming down the ramp. Gonna try to drag these mines. One mine gets taken down. Second mine goes down. Oh, the mine connection there. Absolutely perfect. Pixel perfect mine connection there. Exactly how BishOp planned it. Like, why did he put the mines down? Why did he place mines down here? You may be asking. Exactly for this situation. Like, why not place all the mines right at the front here? Well, that's probably pretty predictable, and Zealots can probably clean that. But once the Dragoons commit, the Zealots are gone. This happened exactly how BishOp had it in mind. Right as the Dragoons try to commit onto these tanks, the mines come in clutch and just annihilate that. Really well played by him. And a decent follow-up to a bunker rush, getting some revenge against these Protoss players who keep getting away with Nexus first. All right, guys, I had a nice long break there. Went off and did some laundry. Went to the gym, had lunch. But I'm back now. We're ready for our next game between BishOp and YSC. BishOp over here in the top right, YSC down in the bottom right. Let me just check in, make sure I know exactly where we're at in the series. I believe it's this one. Yeah, that seems correct. If I back out of this game, I'm going to have to completely reset BattleNet and Broodwar, unfortunately. Disconnected while I was gone. I'm pretty sure I know where we're at in this series. And so we're going to continue casting from here. So far, a pretty reasonable series. I really like BishOp's play, honestly. I think that he really leans into the current meta very well. Some of YSC's decisions have been pretty good too. But he's definitely needing to find some better engagements, that's for sure. And maybe lacking a little bit on macro here and there. It is what it is. He is a high-ranking Protoss player, but he's not one of those guys that we're looking for to really take the mantle of Protoss. Like, I think he's going to continue to probably underperform a little bit in the next few seasons, and he'll still be a factor for sure. But I don't think he's going to, like, seize the mantle or anything like that. I'm looking more to somebody like Motive, maybe. You know, that guy is very solid. He's growing over time and coming into his own a little bit more. I think that people like that are more likely to take over that role. But we'll see. You can never count these guys out. And you never know who's going to fall by the wayside. You know, Motive might stop practicing, he might stop playing. And YSC could start grinding like crazy. That's part of the fun of watching the ASL, just seeing these guys develop and being surprised by who ends up coming out on top. Who ends up growing more than all the others and taking over as the strongest in the world? We've got the Nexus here out of YSC. Actually took the Nexus before Dragoon, so very greedy Nexus. But a very greedy CC here as well. Made the CC off of only 2 Marines and before Vulture. So getting pretty greedy for sure. And there's the 3rd supply depot coming up here. If there was a bunch of pressure coming, he would have been in a lot of trouble, supply blocked for quite some time, but he's actually going to be okay. And we're off to a pretty good start here. Ooh, Starport bottom left. There's the big mix-up from BishOp. We'll see how this pays off for him. He's going to have a pretty good timing, most likely, to come in and deal some damage with a big drop play. Vulture running by here. It's got 2 kills now. Can he get a 3rd? I think he will. 3 kills, maybe a 4th? Not quite. Definitely worth it for 3 kills, I'd say. However, not having that for the follow-up drop might hurt him. We'll see how it goes here. There's the bunker now finally being placed. SCV's transferred. Gonna have to lift that. A little bit unfortunate. Did place that in the wrong spot. But he's gonna get this dropship out presently. Shuttle on the way. Robotic support bay, I'm sure, is about to be thrown down. Mines being set up all out in the front. Make sure that there's no potential for any sort of counterattack while this drop play gets off the ground. We'll see if he builds a Wraith here as well. If he builds a Wraith and sends it home, he is going to be in a great position. BishOp will likely get a bunch of damage with this. As you can see, the Dragoons are way out of position. Likely get a lot of damage, and he might just shut down this follow-up Reaver as well. Because this is going to come in right as the Reaver is leaving the base. Look at this timing here. 2 more Vultures on the way down. Speed is just about to finish up. He's going to pick up these 2 Vultures and head in. Oh, okay. Throwing some mines over here first. Now going to be sending this drop into the natural. And you can see YSC still out here in the front, hoping to throw down a 3rd base. As the Reaver flies out, here goes the drop. 1 Vulture into the natural. 3 into the main. He actually keeps the Reaver here. It wasn't too far away that he couldn't bring it back immediately. And so he may be able to completely shut this out with the Reaver being so close. I'm gonna go ahead and drop in this corner over here. Reaver can't reach that spot. Gonna go ahead and try to fly out. Ooh, I think he loses this dropship. Yeah, dropship has nowhere to escape now. Keeps picking up here. He's at least buying some time, right? He's buying some time with the dropship. Oh, it goes down just barely. Just barely goes down. Wraith gonna be popping out here, and a Vulture gets into the natural again. He's gonna get a couple more kills. That pylon behind the mineral patches, very strong right now. YSC blocks any extra follow-up damage, but he's definitely been slowed down here, not only in his probes and production, but also in his eventual harass that should be coming across the map shortly. You can see shuttle is in the natural. Wraith is ready to try and intercept. Observer moving forward. Gonna start to clear some of these mines, and looks like he's got a mind to take bottom center rather than the base closer to the Terran. Setting up some spotter pylons in the way of a potential drop. Doesn't know when that could come. We might see him go into +2 actually this game, BishOp, with that floating starport. It's possible we see a science facility thrown down which would be a change of pace. Where is that shuttle? I haven't seen it here for a moment. Okay, it's in the natural. So why is he just kind of slowly growing now? Being a little bit slow. 240 APM is actually quite slow for this level of play. You can see BishOp right around that 350 APM. Basically, kind of the standard for what you need to play at the highest level. You can go a little bit lower than that. 300 APM. There are some players who can get away with, 250. People like Stork can play at a very high level around that speed, but going above 350 doesn't seem to be necessary. 400, 450, whatever. It's blazingly fast, but it doesn't really seem to help out that much. Now, I'm looking for a science facility. I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, and I've got 5 factories on screen. No CC just yet. Are we going to see another 1-1 push? That could be the case. 2 vultures heading around the left-hand side. 2 vultures heading over here to the natural. Looking for some damage. Looks like neither are going to find it. And so these vultures going to be a little bit trapped here. Can they slip by? Doesn't look like it. Maybe they get a mine connection. Not going to happen. Oh, actually, not bad. Gets a pretty reasonable mine hit there on that group of army. YSC losing a lot of that health. Army really clumped up here in the main base, funnily enough. Still waiting on that Reaver to try and do anything. Hasn't been very active with that as of yet. Unless I missed something. What did I miss? Reaver hasn't gone down, has it? Where's that shuttle? Oh, I think I saw it on screen. There it is. Just hanging out over here. 2 Reavers in the shuttle. That's just a little bit funny to see Reaver being mismanaged like that. Not placed in any sort of position of significance. Thought it might have gone down, but there it is. Looks like he's ready to bring it to bear. There's the science facility. Okay. Science facility is going to come up now. So we will have a +2. And a 3rd base coming. We might be seeing a longer game here. Pushing forward. BishOp gonna drive everything back, but is this really a good time to start pushing out? When you've got your 2nd armory finishing up, your 3rd CC just finished as well. And you're gonna be waiting on +2. Science facility is done. BishOp, is this really the time to start moving forward? He's gonna go for the kill on that shuttle. Can he get it? Oh, it's so close. 1 Reaver did die though. 1 Reaver down. YSC making a lot of units. He's here on 4 bases now. That's just being saturated. More gateways on the way. Setting up for a surround on this army. Actually might be able to get behind this, shut down the reinforcements, or do some sort of a counterattack. That's possible. Reaver still alive, looking for some more damage. Gonna come over to this side. No counterattack just yet. But Reaver's gonna be set down here to try and defend against the vultures pushing forward. Even as the tanks start to kill that pylon wall. Picks up all the probes. That's pretty funny. This Dragoon army actually in the way. He could have gotten over here and started to shut down this 3rd CC, but instead, that's being allowed to keep pumping away. These Dragoons are actually going to get fully surrounded now. Uh-oh. Might be in a bit of a dangerous situation here, YSC. Going to be hit from all angles. Starting to lose every Dragoon here. He is, however, clearing up these tanks over at his 3rd base. And he's actually survived, or his 4th base, excuse me. And he's actually kept that Nexus alive. So things have kind of reset now. YSC in a bit of an advantage. Oh, big hit there. 5 kills on this Reaver. Uh-oh. Outrigger's gone down. Killed a few SCVs and forced off the mining for a moment. 62 workers though. Bishop definitely pretty strong when it comes to his macro. Hitting those cycles and cranking out SCVs here. Getting the most out of these 3 bases. See, he's building a control tower way over on this left-hand side. He might be thinking about another drop. That is a possibility. Still just 1-0 as this army comes in. What are we at here? 1-0 as well. Ooh, big storm there on the right-hand side. The Zealots losing their lives for that storm, though. And the supplies evening out in a big way. As a result, YSC not yet clearing the map of mines. And in fact, he's being a little bit slow when it comes to getting his probes to work here. Moving forward to clear this now. As a Bishop brings his army to bear. Supply depot wall getting started on this right-hand side. It's nowhere near completion, though. And in fact, that might actually block. You kind of want the... supply depot up against the wall so you can make a full wall. Might not be doing that, though. Army finally clearing out all of these mines. Getting rid of those annoying free units. So that he can more appropriately move here. And, oh, this probe makes it past. Is that probe actually going to live? No way he actually gets the Nexus down here. Yeah, he actually does bring a vulture to stop that out. Here comes Storm in the natural. Oh my god. Wow. There it is. 9 kills. So much damage here in the natural. 42 workers just like that. Dropping from, what was that, 65 to 42 in a matter of seconds. 10 Zealots on the way. This is going to be a big attack coming in. And so YSC has to be ready for it. That drop is great, but if you lose the fight afterwards, it's not going to mean much. Here comes another storm. He's actually thrown away a lot of his splash damage right before this fight. Is he going to be able to take a battle versus Bishop right now, who has 2-1 done? Going to come forward with some storms. Oh my gosh, these tanks are really clumped over here on the left-hand side, but there's so many in the back line, and a lot of these High Templars are getting knocked out before they can throw down their storms. One more storm goes down on some of these vultures, but that High Templar will lose its life really close in supply now, and that actually means that Bishop is in an advantage because he has far less workers. The evenness of the supply is not telling the story here. Army is way bigger for Bishop. And why is he going to have to give up this base? He has yet to take bottom left, guys. So shutting this base down will put YSC on even bases with Bishop. And with the 2-1 already done and +2 armor on the way, this does not bode well, my friends. Does not bode well at all for YSC, our raid boss. Our raid leader. They're going to rotate around towards the top side. Maybe make a threat towards a counterattack. It's like some Zealots being dropped here. Trying to bait some splash. Trying to get some tank kills for free. Or nearly free as the Zealots trade out. Meanwhile, this attack coming up towards the top center. I'm not sure it can do a whole lot here. And that 4th base is now dead. Still nothing down in bottom left. YSC being a bit slow to get that extra base set up. Is even on supply. And again, really doesn't tell the story. Bishop is ahead on army count. And has that 4th base coming up here. Even on 44 workers, he's okay. He's going to have that 4th done before his natural mines out. Whereas YSC, I don't know if he can get a 4th base up. Going down to one base is just not tenable. Here's the Protoss. Really, as either race. As soon as you're on one base, if your opponent's not on one base, you're pretty much dead. And even if they are, if you're the Protoss player and the Terran is ahead on upgrades and you're both on one base, it's bad. It is quite bad, and indeed he is ahead on upgrades. Now ahead on bases as that 12 o'clock starts to saturate. YSC not making any big moves that could potentially bring him back in this game. He's setting up for one hoorah here in the middle. Is the stacking of tanks a little bit too much? I don't think so. Pretty good spread here going way back. That's a great storm on the left-hand side, but everything is starting to evaporate. That's another great storm to follow up and get the kills on those few remaining tanks. But the army has withered. 120 supply. Another Nexus down in the bottom left, but yet to transfer any workers down there. YSC just struggling to have any sort of decent income and is about to mine out in that natural. Only a few more seconds remain in the mining of that. He's going to transfer the probes over now, trying to escort with the Dragoons. Has nothing by way of cannons down in bottom left. Nothing yet. He's spending all of his money just trying to keep up with the army supply of Bishop. Bishop's so quick on the reactions. Look at how fast he is to pull these SCVs away. Shuttle over here. Gonna get tracked down by this Wraith. That's really YSC's last hope. Kill every SCV and then just keep trading with Bishop and maybe make something happen. But the storms go down. Not many kills. Counterattack coming over here. Just gonna go for it. This is a wild play from YSC to just try and go for this. Oh my god. That's so many kills. Is it gonna matter though? 29 workers, guys. 29 workers, but he's got nothing in bottom left to save himself. Zealots, Dragoons heading down towards bottom left, but they're gonna be cut off by this small army. And I think this Nexus will die before he can ever get into position to stop that. Yeah, even if he goes directly over to that location, tanks siege up and everything will fall, including all of the probes. Only one thing to do now. Counterattack, baby. He's going for it straight up to 12 o'clock. That's where the remainder of the SCVs are. Like, almost all of them, actually. Hold on. Wait a minute. Supplies are really leaning in favor of YSC now. And the army is very split for Bishop. Killing off that base in bottom left is great. But he is very low on SCVs. He's hardly going to be able to produce anything here in a moment. Really needs to get a storm on these SCVs. Oh, can he get it? Not quite. Not quite able to. Gets most of the SCVs, though. Only a few managed to escape. I'm going to go ahead and storm here. Some of these mines to death. Tanks down in the bottom left are a bit marooned at the moment and really nowhere to go for the time being. And it looks like YSC should be able to retake this base. Like, I don't see any reason why he can't take that now. Bishop very low on mining. Below 100 supply is not a good sign. Not a good place to be. Dude, is YSC just going to throw his army in? Please don't do that. Take a base, for the love of God. Terran is on one base, man. All right, here we go. YSC gonna jump in now. He's got a lot of zealots here. That's not a huge amount of tanks. More storms. I guess he just kills it. Wow. I mean, he's gonna get through this. Bishop with the 2-2. Not able to hold this back. Has so many tanks in bottom left, too, by the way. I mean, he could have attacked bottom center and at least bought himself some time. But those tanks are not going to be a part of this game. They're not going to be a factor here. 13 workers left for Bishop. He actually loses this. Oh my goodness. I've lost some pretty one-sided games in my day as well. For sure on my stream. But this is pretty bad. This is pretty rough right here. That's for sure. Look at all the probes. Oh my goodness, he could have actually killed every probe. But they're all being transferred to long distance mine from here. There's like no mining going on this map right now. 30 supply to 81. What is going to happen in this game, guys? Tanks. Sieging up. Oh my goodness. 4 tanks. 4 tanks only. Great mine connection there. Some Dragoons trying to come up. Oh my gosh. He's like trying to decide whether to dive on these or not. He finally does, but he's going to lose more than what he bargained for. Probes over here being sniped down by this Vulture, getting a lot of kills there. Zealot finally finds this starport that's parked itself out on the map. Bishop, 8 workers, but he can float a CC, whereas YSC kind of has to long distance mine for quite a long time. He doesn't really have a choice in the matter. SCV goes down. Oh my gosh. That's so bad. Tank's gonna siege up on this high ground. And army moving forward. This army is so small. 55 to 18. Wait a second. Do you pull the probes here and just try to attack? I feel like you could probably bring probes and have a reasonable shot. Maybe, you know what? Make Archon's not too bad. Archon's not a bad unit in a situation like this. When things are so scrappy. Oh, High Templar goes down. These Vultures need to get over here and start killing probes. Should not be allowing this mining to happen. Oh, a storm. Killing his own probes like crazy. Bishop. Is he going to be able to seize victory from the claws of defeat? It's so close right now. But he's actually killing the probes, and there's only High Templars left. He's building 3 High Templars. And he's not morphing Archons. Wow, this is crazy. More High Templars here in the natural. All the probes being pulled back. He's still got 24. Only 6 SCVs are mining. If that. Okay, there's 5. 5 SCVs mining. A 6th one just kind of chilling in the natural. Throws down another storm. You can just dodge here forever. And GG is finally called. What a wacky, wacky game, guys. That's going to be the last one, though, in this series. Thank you so much for watching. Another daily dose of Broodwar in the bag. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, leave your comment. Bishop really managed to throw this game. Excuse me. I thought Bishop was going to throw this game, but YSC not quite able to close it out. That was very close, though. Very close. When he was with 2 tanks on the high ground here, trying to fight this army that killed the CC, I thought he was dead, and he really should have been, but there it is, guys. This is another one. Another wacky game. We'll see you in the next one. We'll see you tomorrow.